KC9VKV, Jim, are you out there? KC9 Victor, King Victor, KC9VKV. This is K1GZL calling and standing by.
Roger, Roger, Charlie. Got you loud and clear on my local mag loop at about 12 over on the local mag loop, Roger.
Yeah, you're 15 over. Excellent copy, Jim. So I guess it's time for your group, to get together probably in about, 30 seconds to get together.
So, winter is here, but I'll explain that after we get started. You sound great. KC9VKV, K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie, could you give me about 10 seconds more audio? I'm adjusting the Milford SDR frequency.
Oh, you want me to transmit?
Roger.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure how short the skip is, but this is standard time. The sun gets lower and the skip gets longer. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. How was that, Jim?
Roger, I'm compensating 09 for this SDR, Roger.
Okay, which is better, direct on the loops or
Milford.
Probably through Milford. It's a little quieter. I guess you're about 20 over there.
Oh, I guess that's the one to use.
Yes, Roger. Okay, stand by. And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, and this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. From now until 5, we record live, and if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We're recording now, and then we'll post it up on YouTube, so later you can come by and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, and that will take you to our Qso-Vlog page. Also today, we're running 4 Internet SDR receivers, monitoring Rochester, New York, Atlanta, Georgia, Alexandria, Virginia, and Milford, Pennsylvania, trying to get a better copy on our 100-watt friends. The audio of these 4 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary switch. Also on the switch is our local receiver. And today, our local receiver is running 2 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas, one aimed north and south, the other east and west. The north and south mag loop can be rotated. They are selected by a 3-position rotary switch. Position 3 is a co-phase option that many times is 3 to 4 dB hotter than mag loop 1 or 2 by themselves. Well, those are our operating conditions. How about yours? This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network, and right now we'll check in and see if CHARLEY-K1GZL is on frequency. Charlie?
Yeah. Hi, Jim. K1GZL on a day where we've had off and on periods of snow, which started at around 11 o'clock this morning. Sort of a dry, fluffy snow. And 30 degrees out right now. Boy, it's so warm compared to a few days ago when the temperature was 0 and we got up to 10 degrees for a high. It was bitter, but right now it's very comfortable out, although we have an Arctic blast coming through here in the next couple of hours, and it's going down near 0 tonight. And we'll have additional snow showers or squalls. Then a lot of bad weather coming up around Monday night and Tuesday, which part of that might be freezing rain. I'm holding my breath. That does not happen. Okay, Jim, real fine. The conditions into Australia this morning were very, very good on 40 meters. Excellent. In fact, just give you a few seconds of Ian as he turned it over.
K1GZL, KN4GBZ, WA30, Victor Kilo 3 Mike Oscar, clearing QRT.
Okay, back to you, Jim. KC9VKV, K1GZL.
Roger, Roger. Well, I think you've got a transatlantic line down to Australia. I mean, those transmissions are just so clean. And do you have any fading at all, Roger?
Well, yeah, there's always some QSV, but let me tell you an interesting thing that happened about 3 days ago. Conditions were so good, so utterly good into Australia that I decided to try a low power check. I shut off the amplifier, and my drive power was 40 watts, and I was still 10 over, so I said, Ian, I'm going to cut the power. I'm going to cut it down. Let's see how far you can copy. And here Ian's 30 degrees off the side of me. I cannot aim my antenna directly at Australia because the way things are set up. So I cut the power down, and I got down to 1 watt, down to a half a watt. And he copied very well. Q5, solid copy on a half a watt. So on the lowest position you can get on a 7300 is a half a watt. And he copied that solid. So I said, well, I'm going down further. And I was able to cut the audio way back to about 1/5 or less of a half a watt. And that puts it down to about 100 milliwatts. And Jim said, it's getting a little bit marginal, Charlie, but if I didn't have the noise, slight noise on frequency, I would have copied you in milliwatts. So that was a thrill to me. And gee whiz, I'm not even aimed directly at Australia, but boy, when propagation is good, you can get away with murder. However, when you get sporadic E, the E layer being half the height of the F layer, that does inhibit a lot of the signal from hitting the F layer, so it's not as strong. But on both ends of the line, there was no sporadic E, and it worked perfect. Go ahead.
Oh, Roger, and I've often said, current conditions on 40 meters are such that 100 watts and 400 miles will usually get you about 2 dB over somebody's noise level, usually at this current state on 40 meters. But I'm asking you now, as someone that's had a great deal of experience, have you ever known a time where 100 watts would get you a 10 over at 400 miles?
Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Many times, Jim. 100 watts will do very well. At 100 watts, 1 watt. 1 watt will do well if you get the right propagation. I will never forget the time back around 1949 or 50. I got my license as W2 Zebra George in Elizabeth, New Jersey, in the fall of 1948. But I'll never forget the time when, of course, 10 meters was hotter than a pistol in those days. And George 2 Pacific United, Cambridge in England, was just blasted. I had a dipole up about 20 feet at the time in Elizabeth, New Jersey. I was 15 air miles southwest of the Empire State Building in New York.
Frequencies in use, please.
PU was so strong, it was causing flight lines on Channel 2, CBS out of New York, which comes off the Empire State Building. So that was absolutely unbelievable. And his name was Sant. And yet, when I saw Ian in person, VK3MO, who you just heard on my tape, he says, I was talking about that. He says, oh, I've met Sant. My gosh, he met him. I met Sant. And he's just a little guy, but can you imagine a signal on 10 meters around 1949 or 50 being so strong that it was causing flight lines on Channel 2 out of New York, 15 air miles away, and if I could have gone above my house, I would have seen the Empire State Building. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. Well, FYI, you're now doing me looks about 17 dB over my local noise level. I'm running my two 10-foot mag loops in co-phase, and they are just outstanding as far as copying the mail up your way. Roger.
Okay, very fine, and I'm copying you also very well, and here it is.
One that's had a great deal of experience. Have you ever known a time where 100 watts would get you a 10 over at 400 miles?
Okay, Jim, go ahead. K1GZL.
Roger, Roger. Well, Charlie, I appreciate checking in and letting us know what's going on the band, propagation-wise and weather-wise in your locale up around. How far again are you from the Canadian border?
Okay, 4 air miles, Jim. I'm 4 air miles east and southeast of the Quebec border. I'm or 21,000 feet. 21,000 feet from the Canadian border of Quebec. Go ahead.
Roger that, Charlie. Roger that. So you're almost in Canada. You almost speak with a Canadian accent. If you get much closer, you'll be saying, "What is?" Gosh, I forget what it is now. They say. That's right. Hey, and there's another. Is that a female out there? Gosh. The frequency is in use, but anyway, Charlie, let me say threes to you up there, and you stay warm, Roger.
I'm going to try. Tomorrow's high temperature will be about 15 degrees. The normal high now tomorrow is about 39. This is something else, but no snow fell in October, and so far we've had a total of 21 inches for the season so far. And we're still behind normal for this time of the year because we had nothing in October. Although winter is a month away, at least the first official day. Okay, 73s to you also, Jim. Hope to catch you next week. And you're doing a marvelous job up here. You are peaking up to 25 over. A couple transmissions ago, direct there from near Louisville. 73, Jim. Catch you tomorrow. Next week. KC9VKV, K1GZL, Clarksville, Northern New Hampshire.
145, Charlie WA30. Go to 145.
Okay, Mike.
This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor and the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. And that was CHARLEY-K1GZL with a little propagation information and weather information. And it's always good to start the day on the network knowing what we can expect condition-wise. So it looks pretty good today, so we shall see. We're recording now live till 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We'll post it then we'll post this recording on YouTube in the next couple of days. So when you go to YouTube, all you have to do is do a call letter search for KC9VKV, and that will take you to our Qso-Vlog page. And we have about 800 some odd Qso-Vlogs. But on that page, you'll be looking for one Qso in particular, and it will be entitled My Group Air Check 11/15/19. Today's date. My Group Air Check 11/15/19. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor listening.